Okay, hopefully, hopefully I am live now. So welcome, namaste, everyone. If someone could just give me a little message to make sure that I can see that it's actually coming up and going through all right, would be lovely. So my name is Tanya Jane Boucher. I've been teaching yoga for 12 years. And I qualified as a yoga therapist in 2013, and last year as a meditation facilitator as well. And today we're going to be doing some pranayama, some breathing techniques. It quite often gets translated as, but it's really control of the prana, the life force energy. And so the best way, I'm going to explain it a little bit to you first, and the best way I feel to explain it is by explaining the word pranayama itself. So this is a Sanskrit word, and it's we can find three words within this one word, and the first one is prana, which is the vital energy or life force that animates. Or it's within anything that's animate, also inanimate. So there's prana in rocks and crystals and stuff as well. So this is the sort of life force energy. That's the prana bit. And then we have yama or ayama. We can see these two words. Now yama means control or restriction, and ayama is expansion or extension. So from these three words that we can find within the word pranayama, we can see that pranayama is control of the life force energy to expand and extend it throughout the body and throughout our, not just our physical body, but our energetic body. Because really when we're working with pranayama, although we work with the breath, because the breath is our most physical access to the prana, we are actually really working much more subtly with the energetic body. So that's just a little explanation of pranayama for you. So before we go into the practice, I'd just like to say that this is going to be a very simple practice, very easy. I wanted it to be accessible to everybody, and it's really the practices that we're going to do are really designed to bring calmness and ease into the body and the mind, to calm the nervous system, to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and digest side of our nervous system. So when we're working with pranayama, it's important to sit up nice and tall and straight. You can be seated in any comfortable position. You may like to sit on a chair with your feet nice and grounded. You may like to sit on the floor with your legs crossed or your legs extended. Any comfortable seated position is perfect. The alignment of the spine, if you watched the video before, you will have seen her describing a lovely alignment of sitting. So that's the kind of alignment we want. We want the shoulders more or less above your hips, nice and tall and straight with the shoulders slightly back. And as she described, which is I use as well, is imagining you've got a string attached to the top of your head, lengthening you up, so you have a nice sort of light sensation in the body. So once you've got yourself into this position, we're going to begin by just very simply becoming aware of our breath. So if you like, you can close your eyes, but you can just as easily keep them open. Some people find it uncomfortable to have their eyes closed, so feel free just to find a neutral place to gaze towards and just take your awareness now to your breath. And just notice its natural rhythm. There's no need to do anything with your breath. Just watching it as it moves in and out. If possible, breathing through your nose. But I know for some people that's not possible. Some people might have a blocked nose. Some people might have an issue like a deviated septum or something like that, where they may not find it very comfortable to breathe through the nose. In which case, please just breathe through your mouth. And just observe, just noticing the rhythm, the quality of your breath. And try to do this from the point of the witness or the observer. So no judgment, no criticizing your own breath rhythm, no wanting it to be any different to what it actually is. So if you're breathing through your nose, feel the touch of the breath now at the nostrils. And if you're breathing through your mouth, feel the breath as it moves in and out of your mouth. You may notice that the breath feels slightly cooler as it enters into your body, and slightly warmer as it leaves. Now gently move your awareness along with your inhale. Move your awareness into the throat. So follow the journey, the pathway of the breath, and feel it in your throat now. And just noticing how this breath feels in your throat now. You should never be forcing the breath, keeping it smooth, relaxed, comfortable. And again now with an inhale, move your awareness down into the lungs. So feel the breath moving into the lungs. And you can feel the lungs expanding and contracting in your chest as you inhale and exhale. You can, if you like, visualize the breath spreading out into the lungs. Inside our lungs, all the little airways look like roots of a tree. So if you can visualize or imagine that, imagine the breath going into the lungs and just spreading out into the lungs down these sort of root-like structure within the lungs. So now let's take our awareness of the breath to the physical body and begin to observe the movement that the breath creates within the whole body. So let's notice first of all in the area of the torso, because this is where we can feel and notice, observe the breath the most. So noticing the breath in the area of the chest. And then taking that awareness into the area of the ribs. And then moving the awareness into your belly. And then taking the awareness into your back. And you may notice that you can feel the breath more deeply in some areas than others. Some areas seem to fill up more with the breath than other areas. So just observe that anything that you notice is valid, is relevant, and your experience is your experience. It doesn't have to be the same as anybody else's, but we're individuals. So then just taking your awareness now, if you can, a little bit wider out from the area of the torso and seeing if you can feel your breath moving in the shoulders, down into the arms, can you feel the breath in your hips, and down into the legs. Can you feel the breath up into the crown of your head? And maybe you can't feel this, but perhaps you can imagine breath moving in those areas. If you can't really get a feeling, then certainly you can imagine or sense the breath there. So now we're beginning to get a sense of the breath moving in all parts of the body. And you can imagine that with each inhalation, your body expands in the same way that you can feel the chest and the belly expand. Imagine that the whole body expands. And as you exhale, you'll get that sense, that feeling of the body relaxing back. And each time that you breathe, each time the inhale comes and the exhale comes, just accept it with joy, feel it flowing through your body, bringing this life force energy, the prana into your body as well as the breath, nourishing not only our physical body with the oxygen, but also our energetic body with the prana, the life force energy. And as we exhale, the exhale part of our breath is the letting go part. And physically, we are releasing toxins from the body. 70% of toxins are released through our exhale from the body. We're releasing out the carbon dioxide and any other toxins in the body. But energetically, it is a moment to let go of any, let's say, toxic thoughts or feelings, worries or doubts. And the inhale is a moment where we can then replenish those areas that we've just let go of with prana, with energy, with goodness, with positivity, with joy, with gratitude. Now, you should be feeling very connected with your breath, with your body. So now we're going to begin to take control a little bit of our natural breathing. And we're going to do this by starting to count as we inhale and as we exhale. And we're going to do, to begin with, 4 counts in and 4 counts out. So the breath, inhale and exhale, will be even. So I'll take you through the count so that you know the rhythm more or less. But then if you need to slow it down or speed it up a little, then when I finish going through the counts, please feel free to do that to make it comfortable for yourself. So after your next exhale, as you inhale, count 1, 2, 3, 4. A little pause. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, a little pause. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. So just continue that now. And as I said, adjust it if it's a little bit too slow or a little bit fast for you, adjust it to suit you. But that's the rhythm more or less. So just gently breathing with this 4-4 ratio in and out. And now as and when you're ready, if you choose to stick with where you're at, inhaling still for 4, and if you would like, you can extend your exhale for 6. So you're now lengthening your exhale if you've chosen to, and the lengthening of the exhale really helps to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and digest part of our nervous system. So this is really bringing the relaxation in even more to the body. And then finally, for the last bit of the pranayama, we're going to add a humming sound on the exhale. This is called Brahmari breath or humming bee breath. So you will inhale in the same way, or you can count for 4 still if you like. And as you exhale, you make a soft humming sound and just try to lengthen it for as much as you can, and still maintaining that little pause at the end. So I will do it with you. So inhale here. You can continue a few more rounds of that. You may find that your exhale extends longer than the 6 or even way beyond that, because this humming sound I find helps actually to extend the exhale somewhat. But you shouldn't force or try to make it deliberately longer, just allow it to happen. And then when you feel ready, you can finish your last exhale, your last Brahmari breath. And back to your natural breathing rhythm. And really just take a moment to observe, to notice how those simple pranayama practices are feeling in your physical body and in your mind. How do you feel emotionally, physically, mentally? And these practices can be done any time during the day. Best to be done without a full stomach. These ones that we've done here are so very gentle that they could probably be done if you have something in your stomach, but certainly not some stomach. So I think I've probably overrun my time now, so I'd better finish it up and say a big thank you to all of you that joined me today, and maybe to those that will join later and watch the video later. Thank you also. I hope you've enjoyed this very simple pranayama session, and I'll leave some links for my page if you'd like to join me at any point for an online class. So thank you very much, everyone, and enjoy the rest of the day.